Hey, Dave Canigliaro, author of Keeping Your Customers Addicted to, your friend in sales, how to get into the top 1% of your industry. I'm that guy. Listen, guys, I'm glad you're tuning in. I hope you're not like most people. Not like most people in sales. See, everybody wants the abs, but nobody wants to go to the gym. Everybody wants millions of dollars, but no one's willing to invest. And I'm not just talking about investing in real estate or investing in businesses or investing in, stock market or whatever. I'm talking about investing in your sales, upping your game, keeping your pipeline full in your own game. You know what's crazy to me is, can you imagine a UFC fighter that never trained? He never prepared to get into the octagon. The first time he gets in there, he's going to realize in about 30 seconds or less, probably 5 seconds, how ill-equipped he is to fight, okay? That's why I can understand for the life of me why people in the sales arena go out in sales. Now, they're in sales, but they don't know how to sell. They don't know how to close. They don't know how to negotiate. They don't understand the difference between objections and complaints. They confuse these things all the time. Guys, you gotta be equipped. Also, I hope you're writing your goals down. You gotta write your goals down at least twice a day. Once in the morning, once in the evening. Why? Well, it's like my grandmother used to say, you can't hit a target you can't see. You gotta clearly define these things. What are the objections? What are the tactics? You got to come up with a strategy. Okay, you just can't kind of bump along through the universe and just kind of bump along like a cog in a machine. You gotta write your goals down. Clearly define these things. Got to write these goals down. Get very specific with your goals. Like we go through a 25-minute exercise. In fact, I was just at a public high school where I was doing this with a bunch of high school students that were getting ready to graduate. This was the seniors. And we were going through, I told them, take out a sheet of paper. I want you to write down all your goals. I want you to list a list of 10. And what's interesting is they started writing out their goals. Top 1, top 2, top 3, top 4. When they got to the goals around number 7, 8, 9, and 10, those were a little harder for them to think about. The first 3 or 4 goals, they were just so easy. They wrote them out real quick. First 3, boom, 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 boom. The thing is, the first 3 or 4 goals are the most important to you. So get to work on those. What are you going to have to do tomorrow to get closer to that goal? Who will you have to become in order to pursue what you want most? Who will you have to talk to? How many people will you have to talk to in order to get closer and closer to that goal? What type of people in X industries will you have to connect with in order to make these goals happen? See, get to work on these goals. Also, a lot of people have a lot of self-doubt. They just don't believe in themselves. But that really comes from the bad stories that we keep telling ourselves over and over and over again, regardless if the story's true or not. Like for myself, my mother is a great woman, fantastic mother. My father left us when I was 2 years old, and my mother had to really struggle to raise us. I mean, I watched this woman work 2 jobs just to make ends meet. I mean, do it all on her own. It was an amazing thing to uphold. It was an amazing environment to be brought up in, because this woman showed me a hard, sickening work ethic, which is actually part of who I am today. It's literally the Canigliaro DNA that I have pumping through my veins, right? Watching my mother struggle, watching her strive forward just to get ahead, just to put food on the table, keep a roof over our head, keep the lights on. I watched her push and grind. And you know what? I wouldn't change that for anything in the world, because it's really made me who I am. But a lot of you keep telling yourselves this sob story. A lot of us tell ourselves sob stories about, well, I've experienced failure here, I've experienced it there, I've experienced so much rejection, that you make that literally part of your story. Like, this is the big story that you keep telling yourself, like, I'm a failure, I don't know why it is, but it just keeps happening to you. You know what? Change the story. You got to change the story. How about you write a new story that starts like this? I am unbelievably valuable to a society, and I need to pursue what I need to pursue in order to get the things that I want most, right? If you start telling yourself that every morning, look, I'm extremely valuable. I'm extremely relevant to a society, and I'm going to connect with the people that I need to connect with in order to get the stuff that I want most. You do that, and you can't help but be successful. You do that, you're going to change the narrative. Burn the frickin' story. How about you do this? This would be a great exercise in psychology anyway. How about you write out your story, write out the story, the things that happened to you, your failures, and then you take that piece of paper and then you burn it, right? It's gone, it's in the history. Now you write a new story with a new future, all right? And start to get to work on that. Guys, my name's Dave Canigliaro, and we're out of time.